space program. Looking at the small video that was shown clearly indicates the kind of work that is going on in the Lakshmipat University. I'm extremely happy to see the kind of laboratory and facilities and activities that are being planned here. So let me take you to the activities, what we are doing, and then give you a glimpse of how the space activities in India have developed and how we have achieved some of the things in the recent past. Of course, this is the starting point. As all of you are quite familiar, in 1957, when the first satellite Sputnik was launched by Russia into space, there was one person in India who was looking at how this new technology can be made use of for the benefit of the country. While Americans and Russians were competing with each other in trying to demonstrate who has better capability in space, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai was looking at how this new technology can be used for developing, bringing in new developments to the country. Thanks to his efforts, ISRO, the Indian Space Research Organization, came into existence, and he has at that point of time also made it very clear that there are some who question the relevance of space activities in a developing nation. He said, if we are to play a meaningful role nationally and in the Committee of Nations, we must be second to none in the application of advanced technologies to the real problems of man and society. In fact, this was the guiding force, and even today, this is what we are following. So what I try to project is in the following areas: space in national development process, space application, self-reliance in satellites, self-reliance in space transportation, space science and interplanetary exploration, international cooperation and technology development. Just to give you an idea that today, for example, the programs are centered around space application, Earth observation, satellite communication, satellite navigation, space exploration, advanced space system, launch vehicles, and space commerce. The program itself got initiated in the 60s with the formation of INCOSPAR in 62. Then there are 3 national committees which coordinate the space system establishment and operation. One is the INSAT Coordination Committee, then the Planning Committee on National Natural Resources Management System, then we have an advisory committee on space sciences, and the vision is harnessing space technology for national development while pursuing space science research and planetary exploration. Just to give you some facts on India, see, we have 2% of the world geographic area, 4% of the world's water resources, 17% of the world's population, and it's expected to be about 1.6 billion by 2075. Then there is a large diversity. Then we are a predominantly rain-fed agriculture people. Of course, we have the problem of poor predictability of monsoon, uneven and erratic distribution of rainfall, then declining per capita availability of land and water, degraded lands. So these are a set of problems towards which the various inputs from space program is expected to provide useful methodologies. As of now, we have completed from the beginning about 122 missions, 73 of the satellites, which encompass remote sensing, communication, navigation, and also space exploration satellites. And we have done about 47 launches, starting from satellite launch vehicle, which was the first one, to the latest GSLV Mark II, and then LVM-3 of the launch vehicle Mark III. We also did a couple of space recovery experiments, and we have completed 29 consecutive successful flights of PSLV, and this Polar satellite launch vehicle today is considered globally as one of the very reliable launch vehicles. As you are aware, the last launch was a commercial launch carrying 5 of the UK satellites into space. And we have so far launched about 45 satellites of other 19 countries from the globe. let me get into some of the basic development that happened. See, this year we are completing almost 40 years of an experiment, what is called a satellite instructional television experiment. Way back in 75, this particular program actually demonstrated to the globe, in fact, because at that point of time, this was the largest social experiment of this category making use of space technology. We borrowed a satellite from America, moved it over India, and in about 2,400 villages, programs using this satellite was conducted, equivalent of today's direct to home. You can imagine almost 40 years back, if you were to do in villages, remote villages, an experiment which makes use of, for almost a year, bringing in information set to the about agriculture, health and education to the farmers. This experiment actually demonstrated not only to the country but also to the globe the benefits of space technology. And the conceptualization of this and the entire demonstration was done using a set of people who had freshly joined, and this experiment, satellite instructional television experiment, that was followed with CADA communications project, then also training and development communication, and JEVWA development and communication project. So here, using a chicken mesh antenna and television set, black and white television sets being built by ECIL, was used for providing to the community information about the local areas regarding education, regarding agricultural practices, etc. You can easily visualize in the 70s, late 70s, the ability of the people in power if they were told that you can reach the entire country by this means. So they definitely understood the importance of this and then cleared the INSAT and IRS programs, and this is how the space program started in the country. Starting from this site program in the 75, we made use of all the opportunities available by the offers of the various countries. Like Russia provided a couple of satellite launch opportunities. Ariane, France, offered a launch for what is called an Ariane passenger payload experiment. We built satellites using these opportunities, and then the first series of communication, meteorology and broadcasting satellite, INSAT series, was done in the 80s and 90s. And from INSAT 2 onwards, all the satellite communication satellites are built in the country. Today we have a host of communication and navigation satellites which are built and launched using some of our own launches and also some of the launches from Ariane we have used. And the kind of applications that are done, whether it is mobile telephony or VSAT data connectivity, point-to-point communication, and also covering the entire country using the broadcast services. Those who were familiar with the late 80s and early 70s, the kind of situation that existed in the country, only the 4 metros had the television service, and through the satellite technology, the entire country, almost 100% reach of broadcasting has happened, and today you have the direct-to-home services also being provided, and all the business communication activities are done through the VSAT connectivity. And in this, we started with the Apple, which was a 3-axis stabilized satellite, and then the INSAT 1 series of 4 satellites were built to our specification from Ford Aerospace. Here also the innovations that were adopted by ISRO were